as well. Maybe sending those
Adults, one thing
mules.
I gotta say is that when Zergs don't do, a significant amount of damage in the first wave, I'm scared for them.
Yeah, I mean, me too. I mean, you see back home, he's trying to drone up and trying to throw down those evos, get a lair. Maybe trying to take a third hatchery sometime soon. He does have the money for it. He is trying to get this harassment still at the front, or at least this containment or denial of mining. But we see that he's still at triple orbital on home. He has his production running. He has his double engineering base up. Whereas spending all this stuff for the Zerg player, he's going to struggle to get those upgrades out.
What he needs is a third base. He needs to take a third base like ASAP.
He does to get those
ASAP mode.
other extractors. I mean, he's finally taking the extractors in his natural as well. So we see all the upgrades coming out much faster for the Terran player. The
He's
supplies,
upgrading. He's salvaging bunkers. He's starting to feel
well,
safe, man.
the supplies evening up as well, and then we do see that a Roach Warren coming out, as well as the melee attack for melee and carapace uh, attack for the ground units. Um, so yeah, stuff kind of stabilized. I think all in all, that went pretty well for our Terran player.
Oh yeah,
Uh, he,
it
he,
would
he,
beautifully for Terran. I don't
he,
really
he,
think the Dirk actually killed anything, did he?
yeah, no, I mean yeah, no, he didn't really. He was denied pretty outright.
Uh,
I mean,
that first bling hit off on the with the tanks. It was like ouch. He just killed. I think there was like 11 and it went down to like
yeah.
three. I was like
Well,
oof.
I am a little surprised that Last Hit Magic is still playing this so defensively. He's still super
Well, I guess
like far inside his base. He hasn't even tried to leapfrog his tanks and push out to take his third. I mean,
he knows that you know
because although he didn't take any damage, the Zerg player was free to drone behind his aggression. So I mean, even though he's on two bases, he still had a lot of drones. I mean, he's at like 54 drone. Well, I guess you factor in Mule's Terran
I'll
players
give him
still.
I'll give him two reasons. Just that he knows his team is he's still down like what 1-3,
Yeah,
and when you're ahead, Daltz, what do you do?
you get more ahead, man, and especially when you're down in a series. And I guess you got to take that in consideration. It's easy for me casting to just be like, no pressure, but
Yeah, yeah,
uh,
he doesn't want to f up, but it looks
but
like
we do see
yeah,
some pressure. Speaking of
yeah.
pressure coming out, losing
He's
those
not crazy
Hellions,
now. He's not crazy.
yeah, losing those Hellions, which was not too good, but pressure coming out. So he wanted to
Oh, he's gonna
do.
turn around. Oh, he's a sick bastard. So he wants the Zerg to make it and what he just did, yeah, he just made like a lot of lings, and he's
Yeah,
gonna turn around
we
like a
we
beast
we
baller sicko.
yeah, we do see that units were forced, but upgrades still rolling for the Zerg player. Baneling speed +1, air or ranged attack as well as the ground armor, combat shields and marauders and more bio just coming out now to supplement these tanks and marines and medevacs. Finally, seeing a sensor tower coming out, probably to gain some more defensive advantages and.
Our Zerg is feeling scared. He's making lots of roaches, lots of
He
lings. I think he's gonna try to hit a timing here with the
I,
uh with the
I
+1.
I mean he sees he has great map awareness. He has all this vision right now. So I don't know if he's scared. I mean he
It's true,
probably
but he knows that he's really far behind after the last attack, and then the Terran just took his third, and then he just forced a bunch of units that are going to be useful or useless for the Zerg, and now drops going down in the third place that just went down. So
oh
Zerg knows he's on a ticking time clock. He's got no fourth up on even bases. He's way behind in the worker count. So yeah, he should attack. Well, he has to attack or and do something.
yeah. I mean as a Zerg player, I always feel in a tough spot if I can't do any damage and Terran gets on three bases unharassed. Like I just feel so behind. Like
It's like, oh god, I
their
gotta do
units
something.
end up being so cost efficient
Mm.
eventually,
It's
and
like what
But we
looking at it, we
we
can tell. Well, he's
we
got some nice bling landmine set up that can work
yeah,
safe. So,
that could work out great as
and
he
he's
is
got a lot of
moving
them
out.
too. So if the Terran walks that way, he's gonna lose at least half of his army, if not
Oh,
all.
oh, of course. And the thing is he has this Hellion here, but he doesn't know that the landmines are there, so he probably thinks it's safe. But
And
we do see that the Terran player,
he just walked around. That is unfair, unfair to our Zerg. I know he's supposed to feel bad
and
about that,
and
but
and now we do see mines being sprinkled in as he leaves the tanks at home for a defensive posture. But mines are just always so cost efficient
and
versus
this
like.
drop, this one drop.
Personally,
Oh
I hate
God,
it.
it's happening, Dalts. Oh, okay, he got the drop, but the more important story is what's about to happen up here. Now he's got enough to handle this. All
Yeah,
right, he
this
doesn't
is a
lose all his
huge
banelings combined, so
concave.
he'll be okay.
Yeah, the thing is that there's no detection out here for him. So,
And he's gonna try to set up a little flank here.
oh,
Oh, so he's
oh,
handling.
oh,
Ooh, but that is.
huge
Oh
mine
God.
detonations. But we need good splits to come out here. Mm, the Zerg player will push this back. Those mines were still there though, splitting up this force.
He
So he
doesn't
has to
have.
go
Oh,
home. He has to go home to defend these drops, I think.
our Zerg made the big mistake of
Oh, these
researching.
mines.
He's researching Roach Burrow first, or Roach Tunneling Claws first. I don't
Oh,
think that was on purpose, because
but he. Oh,
not having Roach Speed is hurting right now.
mine's really hurting him. So we have pathogen
Oh,
glands
he's gonna walk over
going.
the lines.
Oh,
Like half the Marines went down. That was cool.
oh, the Baneling landmine is getting huge detonations as this force also comes into the natural of the Zerg player. This force still pushing out the front, so we will see what happens.
This is getting worse for our
These
Zerg,
mines
though.
about to reset in the field as well. And as the game goes on, roaches do get significantly worse. Our Zerg player, I'm sure, knowing that, switching over to that pathogen glands upgrade and Spire Tech. But we do see that the Terran player is still being aggressive, pushing in here, burrowing these mines, just tanking the hits with these Marauders, the mine splash damage, and the Banelings. Mine's just worth their weight in gold, still just nailing away at these roaches.
Yeah, our
Oh
Zerg made
God,
a big
just
mistake here.
no detection, and these. Oh, all of his detections over here with denying this drop, and I guess we missed that completely. I'm sorry. I guess.
He's gonna try to get
Well,
Brood Lords, adults. He's getting Brood Lords. He's like, F it. What could I do?
yeah. I mean, total workers killed. I mean, the mining time is probably more important than the workers killed because they're about even on that. And all of his detection seems to be over here. I don't know if it's off their control group or just a misclick, but he needs to have that spread out and tagged into some of his army and everything.
Well, what he
Um,
needs
but
to do is get
he's
roach
got
speed.
well,
That is what's murdering him in all these fights. Is he does not have roach speed.
no, he's just gonna stay on creep, and with roaches and banelings and lings, you can defend pretty well and pretty efficiently. And he's got that bank set up, so I'm sure he's gonna try to start getting some festers, corruptors out, and then try to get as many.
By 20 minutes in the game, though, no roach speed.
He's
If you're gonna go roach bling, you know.
he ought to be aggressive here though, and pushing in as Last Hit
And
Magic sets up his fourth.
the thing
Last Hit
is he.
Magic maxed out, and our Zerg player only had 150 supplies, so this is pretty all in if he attacks here, I think. Because,
Oh well,
I mean,
he's dead. Make no mistake, adults. Our Zerg is dead.
well, yeah,
But I just want to say what
three
he
three
did
coming
wrong.
out.
He thought that he's just now researching roach speed because he thought he had it the whole time, but instead he accidentally researched tunneling claws. And I mean, he could have had a chance to hold off some of these fights, but
Um,
that really effed him.
so we see our Terran player now chasing back this Zerg force. Another drop or a double drop being annoying in the natural. Picking that up. And just pushing here, it seems. We need good splits coming out. This is bad here. No burrow on the Widow Mines.
Well, if you're gonna get like the tunneling claws, you might as well use them, right? Start like sending 4 roaches each to
Yeah,
each
yeah,
4
man. Oh,
bases.
and there he goes.
He
Burrow
just
and every. Oh,
realizes
but
it.
the
He's like,
scan.
well, might as well. Too late now.
But I think upgrades too. Yeah, 1-2 for our Zerg player and 2-2 and GG coming out.
Uh-oh, adults. It's happening.
Is it happening?
Last hit magic. He closed out.
Strong,
I think the last series, or it might have been the one before that. He closed it
strong
out pretty
play.
convincingly. So
Yeah,
he
strong
might be
play.
the last hit magic. Adults. Never say never.
Um, so for those who can't see the chat right now, I'm gonna go grab another water bottle as my voice is getting a little coarse from all this shoutcasting. So be right back, guys.
Yeah.
But
Yeah. So that was that was actually really well played by what's his face. I don't even remember the kid's name. Who was that again? Oh yes, last hit magic. Yeah, yeah. That was pretty sick. I like how he just like walked up and like he took all he fended off the pressure, taking no damage, like literally no damage, and he faked an attack, turned around, and took his third, and yeah, he just built up such an economical advantage, and basically the Zerg having taken no fourth, and basically and barely saturated on his two. No way for him to come in that. So very nicely done. And that road speed, well, that certainly didn't help. He could have handily held off some of his attacks and then took a fourth, but not having road speed that really boned him. So oh, see what
yeah,
happens now.
yeah. I mean, last hit magic. Um, Playing really well in both games, getting us up on the board now, or Team 2 Pro on the board now, 2-3 against UMCP, University of Maryland College Park. Um, and what can I say? Terran good race so far.
Yeah,
All the wins coming off Terran players. Aiden for UMCP with some fantastic play from their uh, player and fellow SMI member Aiden, and then Last Hit Magic coming up with some great play, showing off his TVT and ZVT skills. So, still waiting on to find out who is the next selection. Chance for 2 Pro to tie it up. Um, and yeah, once again, this is a first to five format, clan war. I'm Dultz, and with me is Wu6ian, and yeah, welcome if you're just joining us. So you really think that the roach speed was that big of a difference, huh?
it was huge, huge. You need road speed in just everything you do. There's no reason to ever not have road speed, and it hurts, because like when you need to stutter them in to make sure they're all firing, like the time it takes them to like fire again is faster than it takes them to move into position. So it's like it's actually it's hard to explain right now because but still, it's a big deal. So yeah,
Um, yeah, and seems that I mean it's a shame that this game's already starting. It seems that next game we might have the joy of getting a guest caster of Aiden. There's some sort of crazy echo again. You really gotta fix that.
it's all right.
Um, so down here, Protoss player coming out for UMCP. Uh, we have UMCP's Azure. Sorry, get that nameplate up for you guys. Up here representing Team 2 Pro, currently on a 2-game win streak. We have our Terran player, Last Hit Magic. So, PVT. Oh, sorry guys. My layout. Um, Sorry guys. So, PVT Woozy. What do you know about it?
I know Colossus are pretty good. Colossus and Storms.
Yeah. Um,
Can you do that like Colossus and Storm as just straight? That's what you make. That's it. No zealots, no stalkers.
well, yeah, as